Hi, welcome to episode 4 of Code2Clutch, and this one's particularly exciting because we're joined by someone who truly represents everything that this platform is about: performance, innovation, and representation. Fresh off the Berlin E-Prix and the rookie test, today we are here with Marine Prudhomme, a simulator engineer at Maserati MSG Racing in Formula E. So, your journey started in Danish F4 as an engineering trainee, and through a standout end of study placement, you earned your spot in one of the most competitive racing series in the world. And now you play a key role in helping the team and drivers prepare ahead of every weekend. So, it's such a pleasure to have you on. Let's dive right in. And let's start at the beginning. So, was there a moment early on that maybe something you saw or experienced that made you fall in love with motorsports and said that, this is where I want to be?
Uh, so first of all, thank you to have me here. It's a pleasure to be here too. Um, and to answer to your question, I think the first time it was on a paddock at Padborg Park, because I started in Formula 4 in Denmark. And when I was with the team, with the car, and with the drivers, I felt that I wanted to do this job in my life. Before that, it's just a wish. You're like, okay, I want to do that, but you don't really know what is this job. And I've never experienced the motorsport life before. And at this moment on the grid or on the paddock with the car, you're just like, yes, I want to work in this field, and it's my place. Because before that you're not really 100% sure. It's just a dream, and you said, okay, I want to do that, but you know it's not just a job that you can do in the office from 9 to 5. So you just have to try to be really sure that you want to do that.
Yeah. And that's how it starts. And you had all the skills for it, and look where it got you. It must be so enjoyable to work the grid, just constantly traveling, seeing new places, meeting new people. And I know that you studied vehicle architecture, and
Yeah.
it's an incredibly technical field. And looking back, what do you think were the most important skills, whether technical or analytical, that you learned for, the current job that you have?
uh, the most important,
Mm-hmm.
uh, don't know, maybe just you have to know how a car is working, the physical part, no, the physics beyond the car and everything like that. And after that, it's more the department where you want to work, because on small team you will do a lot of different things. So working on tires, working on the performance of the driver directly, so or do some software thing. So I don't really know to properly answer this question. It's really depend. Yeah, it depends on what you want to do really, and in which team you will be involved. So because even at Maserati with MSG is I'm at the team, so I work on the physics of the car because I work on different model. I have to know. Uh, I don't know what how to explain this correctly, but the the fundamental of the car, like speed, just acceleration, stuff like that. But you have to know how to, I don't know the name in English, to program, to work with MATLAB or Simulink and stuff like this. And you have to know all the system of the car. So you do different job. You have to work with the system engineer, with the performance engineer, with the tire engineer, because will send you some data or some characteristic, just like, okay, this one you have to put some I don't know, a value for the vertical damping, and you're like, okay, so I have to know what is that before, and after that I can really help or work on this part in the sim. So it's really different. And even in Formula E, we have the energy management, so it's another part. So yeah, I don't really know to give you the more the most important part, but you have to be versatile, I think. And yeah, or I think if you work in Formula One team, it will be totally different. You will be just on small part of the car. So if you are a materials engineer, you can really work on the chassis or the composite stuff. So it will be really precise. So different team, it's yeah, it depends on the category and on which team you are involved, I think.
Yeah, and that makes total sense. And I know that it sounds very technical, and with the upcoming sort of like AI and data tools that are evolving so fast, has that like sort of changed your approach maybe for the better, for the worse? Has that affected your day-to-day life working in Formula E?
uh, what do you think I don't really understand the point of your question.
Sort of like with the constantly evolving like the AI tools as well as the new machine learning models,
Yeah.
has there been like a way that you have sort of incorporated that or sort of use those in your sort of engineering background?
Yeah. I don't. I'm I think the last student of the non AI stuff. So a lot of people or a lot of engineers now work with the ChatGPT or stuff like this. But yeah, we have some, I don't know, program to work. We have an AI engineer, a guy who are really in this part, and I don't really know what he's doing in his office hour, but it's yeah. We started to put some AI in our work, and a lot of new intern, yeah, a lot of interns really work with the ChatGPT, even on their little program or stuff like this. When they want to do a little tool, they really yeah use ChatGPT. I think it could be really helpful for sure, but sometimes they don't know how to do some stuff, and they just looking for ask ChatGPT to do it for them, and it's a bit I don't know. I am yeah, it can be really helpful, but sometimes it's a bit too much, I think.
Yeah, that
But
that that makes total sense. And I know what you're like talking about because it sort of you can't always rely on it. And you know, it's always best to have like a human backup sort of overview and overchecking over, because you're working on such technical aspects of the car. And the fact that like you are in Formula E now and heavily technical work as a simulation engineer, can you like walk us through, what your typical race week or what you and your team do behind the scenes during like a whole race week?
all race week. So it started with obviously the deal preparation. So we have driver at the sim, and they spend like 2 days in the sim. So one day for our driver is Jake Hughes and Stoffel Van Dorn. So one day with Jake and one day with Stoff. But before that, we have the our deal driver. It's driver who is involved in the esport racing. Yeah, in an esport racing team. Uh, I don't remember the name of his team. Sorry, but yeah. So he spent yeah same one day in the sim just to check if everything seems to be good, and if we don't have a problem. Really, really simple thing because I think it's the same in every category, but you are constantly involving the software and the systems of the cars. So we have to try some stuff before, and we're like, okay, so maybe we we don't want to lose time with our real driver to test some different system or some upgrade. So we test everything with this deal driver, and after that, we at the end of the day we're like, okay, so this we can test it and we can keep it for Jake and for stuff. It's cool and it's useful, so we keep it. Or this, not this, I don't know. For example, the tire model, we're just like, okay, no, it's too difficult to drive with, so not trash or in the bin directly, but we have to work on it. And after that, we can try it with stuff maybe next time. Or for the deal correlation, because you have to do the correlation before after the race, just to see if data for the prep was pretty close to it, and if next time for the next season, if you go back on the track, it will be more accurate. Yeah, so it's the before the event, and after that, the whole team traveled to the track. And I don't travel to the track because I'm a member of the remote team. So we work at the office. And because I'm a simulator engineer, so if we have to test some mapping during the weekend, we have to do it for the performance engineer or for the energy management team. Uh, so we prepare everything. Uh, it's we do our meeting just to debrief what happened during the preparation at the sim, and we check the weather. So we started to we start to make some strategy for the race. The weather, maybe it will be sunny or rainy, or we have to do some different mapping, maybe I don't know. So you don't really know how to what to prepare 1 week before. So it's really when you are on track. Okay, it will be really a sunny weekend, so no problem with the wet track. But if it's rainy, as in Berlin, you have to prepare a lot of stuff. So it's more or less like that. And after that, Friday, first pre-practice. Before that, we have the track walk. So if there are some details different from the track and the deal. And just check if everything is pretty normal. Because when you are on the sim, drivers have their breaking point and stuff like this, or okay, I have to brake when I am at this details. So if it's on the track, it's completely different. You have to say, okay, no, it's, I don't know, 20 meters before. So you have to change your braking point. It's not really accurate. Or at this point, it was really close to the apex, but now we have, I don't know, a curb here. So you cannot be closer to the wall. So it's stuff like this. And after that, free practice and check at the pre-practice if it's normal, if a push lap is like on the simulator, just to be sure with the energy management team, with the strategy they made, if it's still accurate after that. And Saturday, free practice, qualification, and race. And the same on Sunday, because it's like that in Formula E.
Wow, that sounds intense. And to do that for so many rounds in the year, wow, that's amazing. And I know the season's almost over, but we just had the Berlin rookie test, and
Yeah,
there were several women who had a chance at the test. So, do
yeah.
you think like initiatives like that, helping allowing women to compete at like an equal level as the men, do you see that sort of inspiring others and that being more impactful?
Yeah, just to see women on track, it was pretty cool. Even in the paddock, I don't really see a lot of women. I was like, okay, so I'm coming for the rookie test. I was there in Berlin just for the rookie test. After the race, I just took a plane, a flight into Berlin, and yeah, I hoped to see more women on track, and I was like, okay, so I'm the only women engineer in the team. The other women are on the in the communication department and on the logistic department. So I was the only one on the bench. But see women names on our overview session. It's really cool. And even A/B pooling was pretty fast. And I cannot remember. Like, yeah, she did the same time as Arthur. I thought, yeah, as I remember, it was that.
Yeah.
And she was pretty efficient on track and just even if it's not if I'm from Maserati, just see another girl and always men are like, oh, if she can beat my lap time, I will be really yeah disappointed for. And I was like, but she's a driver. She normally can beat you. It's not a problem. It's not a big deal with that. And yeah, it was the point. I think nearly all the session, the driver were like, "Okay, she's still behind me. What the heck? She can race too." So, but yeah, I was pretty happy when I saw her name in the ranking and not at the last rank. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it was so interesting to, even follow it online. And of course, you saw it in your, right before your eyes. I can imagine how, amazing that would have been. And I know that's sort of on the driver side. And you mentioned that you're the only women engineer on your team. That's surprising, considering Formula E would be considered one of the more, I would say, inclusive sports if you compare it to like F1 or F2, of course.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, how do you think that, women can get into more engineering and strategy sort of roles in motorsports? Do you think there's anything like different that they should be doing?
I don't really know. The point that I think that we forgot that is there are more men who want to work in motorsport. So uh, if you have if you are HR and you have two, yeah, you have only one woman among a lot of men. I'm not really sure that the woman can fight with equal weapons in this. So we cannot do something different because we work a lot. We want to achieve our dream. So we cannot do something more. Uh, but if more women want to work in this field, so maybe sure we will see much more women on track. But you have to go, and you don't have to wait more time because I want to see more women with me. Sometimes it's a bit um, tiring. I'm not sure of this word, but yeah, you're like, okay, I'm the only woman, and men, older men with jokes. You're like, okay, yeah, but I'm a woman and I can work as you, so it's the same. But sure, you. I don't think that we can do more. You just have to be passionate with your work
Yeah.
and work because I think that I work as a man, and even say that it's completely stupid because I'm just an engineer. I work as an engineer,
Yeah.
but yeah, sometimes it's not that easy to be
Mm-hmm.
yeah to be a 100% clear. I don't know, transparent. Yeah, maybe this word.
Yeah. And that does make total sense because even when we watch like the paddock or just even behind the scenes, you see women mostly working like the journalism or being like a part of the media team. And it
Yeah,
feels so awesome to see, so a lot more women working in the engineering roles. And yeah, just coming to the end of sort of the conversation, I know that the season's nearly wrapped up. Do you have, and now you have some breathing room ahead. And what do you have any like areas or goals that you're looking forward to over the next few months or maybe in the coming years? You know?
I want to be more on the track for sure because yeah, as a remote member, sometimes days are a bit long between four walls, and I really want to go on track. And this, as this type of day as rookie test, it's a search an opportunity to go on track for people from the remote, and it was pretty cool. It was the first time with this team, and because I was always on track with the Formula 4 team because it's like that. And even just with your previous question, I think it's a part of the mentality too, because working in Denmark, it's a country with more equality between men and women. So nobody was surprised to see me on track, and it was pretty normal. And I was perfectly considered as an engineer, not just like a woman. I work on the car, and the mechanics on my car was a woman too. So it was pretty cool, and it was pretty normal to see us on track. And yeah, it was easier, I think, in this team in Denmark and even in Sweden because we had some races in Sweden, so it was pretty normal in Sweden too. So I really, really like to work there before, just to be sure that I really want to do this and I'm able to do this. Because this question sometimes you are like, okay, but a lack of confidence on some part, I think, some moments, but it's pretty normal too. And yeah, I really want to work more on track and on the energy part, I think, or maybe system part, because as I work in the sim, I know now a lot of the system of the car. So don't really know what field I will prefer, but either energy management or system part, I think.
Yeah. And that sounds so exciting. And I really do wish you all the best for that. Just do you have like any last pieces of advice or maybe, any last few words that you want to say to any women who want to really break into this world? I know we discussed a lot about it, but do you have any final advice?
Mm, go for it. Just don't ask yourself if you're able or not. You can. If you want to do it, just yeah, don't waste time. Just go for it, and it will happen. Sure. If you go somewhere with all of your heart and all of your talent, normally it will happen. And don't forget uh, the social aspect of this work. Not I'm not really sure social. I don't know, intrapersonal and yeah, interpersonal aspect of this. of this job, because being an engineer is not just being a good technician, or you are not just someone with really technical, really high technical skills. You're a human too, and this part is really important, and sometimes it will make the difference, I think. No, I'm sure. I'm sure. Completely sure. So yeah, just go for it. Don't waste time. And you can. Just don't forget this part. You can.
Yeah, and Marine, thank you so much for being here and talking to me. It was like really inspiring to hear from you. And it's been such a privilege to sort of hear more about the Formula E world and, representation from the inside. And, I'll be rooting for you and I'll be rooting for Maserati. And, I'll be watching the journey. I'm so, so excited that I could have you on here. And thank you so much for speaking with me. Just,
Thank you to invite me here. It was pretty cool too, and really, I love this. I don't really know the fact that you go for it and just launch your own account about motorsport. It's really inspiring, even for just yeah, women who want to work in technical field in motorsport, or just women to want to learn more about this. And yeah, just thank you too, because you are this the media that can do the link between us motorsport world, and just people who want to go in this world, just fan of this world. So yeah, pretty cool.